Good morning, boys and girls. This is 15-2, and you're going to be using your ruler that I gave you and put into your blue boxes. If you have another ruler, you're welcome to use it. Notice the ruler is labeled, and right here it says inches on this side. Okay, they're farther apart. And then centimeters on the other side. Okay. And this is a standard unit of measure. Okay? Not like a paper clip that was a non-standard unit of measure. This is a standard unit of measure. All right? Now, this first page, I'm probably not going to have you do it. You can do it if you want. At home, find something that's about an inch, which would be, just this long. Notice that this ruler matches exactly. That's why it's a standard unit of measure. This is an inch, and this is an inch. Okay? And so you can look for something at home that's, about an inch, like a paper clip, an eraser. It can be anything that you might have, a little toy or something. And then you want to find something that's about 6 inches. Okay? And so something that is 6 inches would be about this big right here. Okay? And like I bet you my phone is close to it. Yep. So that measured 6 inches. So I want to put the edge of my phone right on that with that black line. And then, let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. No, I guess I just have to move this. Okay. So I put that black line right at the very edge of my phone, and notice that it's 6 inches. Okay, so I could draw a picture of my phone. Oh, sorry. My phone's got a light on it. Put down here, cell phone. And I mean, you probably could get a little bit more creative and put icons or whatever on it when you're drawing. Okay? And so that 6 inches. And remember, it says about, so it doesn't have to be exactly 6 inches. And then you want to find something that's about 12 inches. So the entire length of the ruler. And one of the things that I realized for most of you is that from the tip of your finger all the way to your elbow, the tip of your finger all the way to your elbow, that is probably a foot. If not, then it might be from your knuckles to your elbow or your wrist to your elbow. So you can check that out. You could draw a picture and put that there as well. Okay, so you can measure the length, the width, and the height of an object in inches. Okay, so when we're talking about length, width, and height, for example, if we look at this box, okay, this is the length, this long way. This is the width going this way. And this is the height of the box this way. Okay? To measure to the nearest inch, look for the halfway mark. Okay? Yes. So here's the halfway mark on this. All right? Now, this eraser started here at the little black line like you're supposed to, and it went past 1, and it went past the halfway mark. So if it went past the halfway mark, then you can say it's 2. If it did not go, so over here, if you look at, excuse me just a second, if you're still looking up at the top and you go to this little leaf, well, I don't know if it's a leaf, it may not be. If the object is shorter than the halfway mark, like it didn't quite make it to the halfway mark, then you would count it as 1. Okay? So when it's in between like that, you look at both numbers and which one is it closest to. Well, the end of this object is closest to the 1, so it'll be 1. Okay? And this eraser didn't quite make it to the 2, but it passed the halfway mark, so we're saying that it's 2 inches. Okay. All right. Now, it says estimate the height or length of each object, then use a ruler to measure. I don't have a juice box with me right now, so thank goodness they already have it measured. And so we don't have to get out a juice box and actually measure the height. They guessed about 6 inches. 6 inches. I need to get something different to write with, boys and girls. Okay. There we go. They guessed 6. And when they actually measured it correctly, they had 4. Okay? Now the next thing is a pencil box. Now your pencil box is a lot longer, so if you wanted to measure that, that would be fine. Just pause the video and go and get your pencil box and measure it out. Okay? But I have a pencil box right here. Okay? A pencil box right here. And so I'm going to guess that it's about, let's say, 8. I'm going to guess that it's 8 inches. Okay, so go ahead and put 8 down. And now we're going to actually measure it using our standard unit of measure. And I'm going to put the box straight down so you can see. I'm going to put this first black mark right by the edge. See how I did that? It's very important, boys and girls, that you get that black first mark right by the edge. Don't put your ruler like this so that the edge of the ruler is here, because that's not going to give you an accurate measurement. You have to move it to where that black line is. Okay, hope you can see that. And then we'll go over here. I'm just going to make sure I'm holding this correctly. And then we'll go over here. Look at that, you guys. Yay, me. Okay, so it's between the 7 and the 8. 7 and 8 inches. It's between it. And then when I look, here's the halfway mark. It's halfway between 7 and 8. Is my pencil box past that? Is it past this halfway mark? It is. But did it go all the way to the 8? It's not exactly 8 inches. It did not go all the way. But if it's past this halfway mark, what do we call it? Do we call it 7 or do we call it 8? Excuse me. Yeah, we call it 8 because it's closer to the 8 than it is to the 7. Okay, so 8 inches. Ooh, I'm so proud of myself. I guessed that. Okay, so there's your 8. Now let's take a look at the length of a backpack. All right, so we're going to estimate, we're going to guess, and I'm going to pull this up here. Okay, I have a backpack. This is a little backpack. It's kind of hard to see, you guys, but it's the backpack that my kid keeps his oh gosh, what does he keep in it? Video stuff. Keeps his video stuff in it. Okay, so I am going to lay this down. And it says length. Notice? Length. So I'm going to measure the bottom of it. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can do this for you. Alright, here's the bottom. So we're going to put my ruler right at the edge. Hopefully you can see that. Right at the edge. Alright. And then I'm going to go all the way to the other side. Let's see if you can see this. I'm going to have to tilt it. All the way to the other side. But we didn't guess. Ah! I'm going to guess 12 inches. That's what I would have guessed anyways. Alright. Did it make it to the 12? Excuse me, boys and girls. Did it make it to the 12? It did not. It did not make it to the 12. But it's between 10 and 11. And here's the halfway mark right there. It's closer to the 11 and past that halfway mark. So we'll count it as 11 inches. So then, our guess was 12. And see how easy it was for me to go ahead and grab an object and start to measure without estimating, without guessing how long it is. So make sure that you remember to estimate first. And then we ended up with 11. Okay, what classroom objects are about 12 inches long? We don't need to do that. Okay, so then number 4. Switch pens again. Let's try this. All right, the length of a paintbrush. The length of a paintbrush. So I don't even have a paintbrush right now, so let's see. Let's just pretend that this pencil is a paintbrush, shall we? Because I do not even have a paintbrush right now. At school I have plenty, but here I do not. So I'm going to put my, let's see if I can get a piece of paper so you guys don't see all that other stuff. Alright, so here's my pencil. Alright. Now I'm going to put my ruler up to it. And I want that flat line right at that tip. And then I go all the way over here And notice that it is between 7 and 8. It is between 7 and 8 inches. Okay? Now, this was a good one to pick. Oh, it's not very, there we go. All right, it's between 7 and 8 inches. Now, which one is it closer to? And has the pencil, the tip of it, made it to the halfway mark? This is the halfway mark. It hasn't quite made it to that halfway mark. So it is closer to the 7 or the 8. Yep, if you said 7, it is closest to the 7 because it didn't make it to that halfway mark. So good job. Oh, and we didn't estimate. So this time I'll just be like 7. Go ahead and put that. Then I have to get a cup. I want to measure a cup. So sorry I had to take a second away. Here's my cup. Just put this down. Fix my camera so you can see it. There's my cup. Okay? It's pretty big, but we're going to use this one. All right, so we got to guess. How tall do we think that is? How about 10? Let's guess 10 inches. So we're going to do 10 inches. Okay? And if you wanted to, you could, measure anything at home. Here we go. So I'm going to line this up. And put it exactly black. And if you can tell, move this up, it is, can you see it? How many inches is it? Yep, it's 7. It's really close to that 7. Didn't quite make it there, but so I guessed 10, but it was really 7. All right, the next one is the length of a crayon box. I just have a little itty bitty crayon box here, so I'm going to use that. I don't have a big one, but we're going to do the length going across here of it. So let's guess. How many inches do you think it is? I'm going to say 4. Let's put 4. Okay, then I'm going to put my ruler up on the box and make sure that I put that black line right on the edge. And if I put it right on the edge, it's between 2 and 3. Has it gone past the halfway mark, which is right here? Yes, it has. So it is closer to the number 3. So we will put 3. Now it says, how many inches long is your arm from your elbow to your wrist? Oh my goodness. I really did not read through this and realize that that was on there. And it's probably going to be 12. But I'm not 100% sure, so you'll want to take your ruler and measure. Actually, it's going to be smaller than that for you. So you'll want to put your ruler on your elbow, put the 1, this edge of the ruler where the 1 inch is, at the very tip of your elbow, and then look at the ruler, or have your parents look at it, And then you can write down what it is at your wrist. Okay, the next one. Pam and Jose eat cherries. Pam says that each cherry is about 1 inch wide. Jose says each cherry is about 6 inches wide. Who is correct? Well, pull out your handy dandy ruler and let's see. Now keep in mind, I'm using this guide, okay? Whenever they give you a guide like this, feel free to use it. Don't put it up here because you'll end up with different measurements. They're giving you a guide to use, so utilize that guide. So I'm going to put my black line right on the tip of that arrow, and I am looking at, a little closer, what is it, kids? It is 1 inch. 1 inch. So, was it Pam or Jose? Pam says that each cherry is about 1 inch. So who is correct? Pam. Okay. Yona bought a stamp. She measured it with a ruler, which shows about how long Yona's stamp is. So they put the ruler down there, and it's pretty simple, don't you think? But notice how that black line is right at the edge of that ruler. I mean, the edge of the stamp. See how they line that up perfectly? And what is it closest to? Of course, 1 inch. Okay, this one says, find an object in the classroom that measures about 6 inches. Draw the object and write 2 sentences to describe it. Okay, well, we're just going to use something I have. Let's see if this works. Okay. Measure 6 inches. I don't know, let's see if this works. Let's do the length of it. Oh, that's pretty good, look at. So there's the 6, and it's almost there, not quite, but it is closer to the 6 than it is the 5, so it's 6 inches. So, it's a Mr. Brown Can Move, Can You book that I found at home that I just grabbed. So, down here I would just say, it says draw the object. So you could draw it over here if you wanted to. I'm going to draw it over here. Mr. Brown Can Move. And if I were really creative, I could draw, you know, all the stuff in the picture, but I don't have time for that, but you could, especially those of you that love to draw and color. Anyways, it says draw the object, write 2 sentences to describe it. The object I found that is 6 inches is a book, period. It is Mr. Brown Can Move, Can You. That's all. That's it. We're all done, kiddos. So, there you are. I do want to mention, also, even though this is the end of it, of 15.2, if you would like to, before you watch the videos, do 15.3 on your own, and then turn the video on and see if you got everything correct. That's a wonderful way to do this and approach this, okay? You could do it either way. You can do it with me so that you're learning as you go, Or you can do it and then check to see if you got it right before you do your homework page so you get all those points on your homework. Because boys and girls, listen, if the homework page only has a few problems, say 10, and you get 2 wrong, that's already a B-. So take your time and make sure you watch the video so you know what you're doing. Okay? All right. Until tomorrow. See ya.